back in the UK now, back from Budapest. What an unreal city that was, really nice city, thoroughly enjoyed it. Lauren's even said it's one of her favourite European cities. But back to work now on the van. I've got a couple of things that I need to do to the van. It's absolutely pissing down today. I'm sure you can hear it bouncing off the windscreen. First thing is, on the passenger side rear, I've noticed that the brake dust guard behind the brake disc is corroded. It's actually in bits, so I bought a new one of them. And I've also got a noise coming from the N75 vacuum pressure valve, whatever it is. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. But when I turn the engine off, it makes like a mooing noise, like boo, for about 10-15 seconds. Done it ever since I bought the van. I managed to diagnose it just by turning the engine off, running round to the engine bay, and then listening out to where the noise was coming from. With a quick Google search, it turns out that this N75 valve is quite common for making a mooing noise like a cow. So I'll be changing that today as well. I'll show you what it sounds like when I pull up now. Right, I've just pulled up, engine's still running, so if I turn this engine off now, listen to this mooing noise. And that noise is coming from this vacuum pressure release valve. There you go, it's stopped already now. About 10 seconds it stays on for. So this is the setup for today. We're actually sheltered here, I'm not getting wet. I've got my tripod, I've got my new valve. Let me show you what this looks like. So this is the N75 valve, and this valve is responsible for controlling the movement of the pneumatic actuator that drives the wastegate. See, I knew that because Google told me. The wastegate is an internal valve in the turbocharger which controls the amount of exhaust gas that flows through the turbo impeller, generating boost. And this was like £16 on eBay. I've just gone on the advert and it's called Turbo Solenoid N75 Moo Valve. So it's not just me that thinks it goes moo like a cow, it's actually called a moo valve. So yeah, there's just two M10 nuts, front and back, holding this, and a connector. It's pretty simple to replace. Nice and sheltered under here. So all I've got is two 10mm spanners. I've already had it off once to check the part number. You only have to take the front bolt and nut out, and then the back one, you leave it in place because then you can just pull the valve towards you and then slot it back in on top of the nut. So that's all it is holding it. Two of them, front and back. That's the front one. Back one. Just loosen it. Unplug the connector. Oh, there is vacuum pipes on it as well, sorry, I forgot to say. Unplug the connector, and then you've got two vacuum pipes which you just need to remove. They should just pull off. Yeah, that pulled off. Last one. And this is some sort of filter. Looks like a little mini air filter bit you'd get on a Vauxhall Corsa or something, little race spec one. We just want to swap that with the vacuum pipe over to the new one. I'll probably have to pry this off again. That just pulls off. Bit of lubrication onto the new valve, and then that just goes back in the way it came out. Just going to slide it onto the nut on the back. Tighten that with my finger. Get this one, and then put the nut on the front one. This is such an easy job, by the way. Don't know how much a garage would charge to do this sort of job. Easy to diagnose yourself as well. If this is common on VW T5s, T6s, you'd be able to pinpoint it yourself. Gonna nip the bolts up now. Front and back, doesn't matter which order you do it. Push the vacuum lines back in. Bit of lubrication on that. They're both in, all the way in. And then don't forget to plug in your electrical connector. This job has took me no longer than 10 minutes with 3 tools, 2 10mm spanners and a screwdriver. And there's the old valve. I'm just going to start the van up, let it run for a few minutes and turn it off and see if that mooing noise is gone. Well, it's running fine. Let me just turn it off and let's see if it makes a mooing noise. No mooing noise. So I'd say that has fixed it. It's a new day now. I decided to wait until the rain had stopped. More sensible option than fitting a brake dust guard in the pissing down rain. But this is the brake dust guard that I'm replacing. You can see at the bottom here, there's actually a bit missing. It's not an MOT fail and it's not causing any noises or anything like that. It's more just the appearance, as I noticed it straight away. You can see at the bottom there where it's rotted away. So I'm going to take the wheel off and I'm going to remove that brake dust guard. Because the van's so high off the ground, like it's not lowered or anything, I've got to use a concrete slab to rest the jack on so that it will fit under the van. Because if the jack was at full extension on the floor, it wouldn't go high enough to lift the van up. Now that the wheel's off the floor, I'm going to put an axle stand underneath the van. Just as a precaution in case the jack fails. And now I'll just take the wheel off, take all the bolts out. These wheels are actually mint. There's not a curb mark on any of them. The tyres are all good. They're quite big tyres, 275, 40, 20 tyres. So they're quite wide. Easy. Hopefully you all know how to take a wheel off. It's definitely something they should teach in school. Next you've got a 12mm bolt holding the caliper to the carrier. Top and bottom. The handbrake is on, so we'll have to release that. And the bottom one. So I've just chopped the wheel the other side and released the handbrake. Now I'm just prising the caliper away from the carrier. And the pads out. These will be getting reused because there's plenty of meat left on them. It's a bit silly that you've got to take the brake carrier off just to get 1, 2, 3 bolts out, because they put the bolts, which way does this go? They put the bolts in that way rather than from the back. So you've got to take the disc off and the carrier off just to get to this. This is the new brake dust guard. They're about £10 on eBay. So there's 2 brake carrier bolts and they're 21mm, one at the top, one at the bottom. And you might have noticed I'm using a torque wrench because I haven't got a 1/2 inch breaker bar. I've only got 3/8 and I've got no step ups or downs. If it works, it works. These are about 160 or 180 Newton meters. I'll check online before putting back in and I will be torquing them up. Hopefully you can't see my facial expressions from here, because they are quite tight. Bottom bolt out, brake carrier off, wheel bolt out, brake disc off. And there we have what looks like M8 bolts holding this brake dust guard on. Look at the state of that. For the sake of £10, it'd be half an hour job, or an hour if you're vlogging it like me. 8mm. Oh, don't say it's rounded. Found a socket set and you can just about get on it. You seem to get on more square with sockets than you do with a spanner. Thankful. I thought they were rounded. Last one's the tightest. I've had to hammer a 7mm hex head onto it. I might have a replacement bolt somewhere in the garage. It's so fucking tight. And there we have it. Look at the state of that. So I need to go see if I can find one of these. Looks like 6mm. That's the old brake dust guard compared to the new one. So I found a Torx bolt, which is a bit longer, but it's exactly the same thickness. I think they're M6. And as you can see, the thickness of that, the Torx bolt won't protrude it, it won't come out the other side, so I can get away with using that. I'm just going to give this a clean up now. Wire brush. Sorry Dad, making a mess on your driveway. Sorry Mum. Don't need to go mad. Just whilst I've got everything off, I might as well give it a quick brush down. I want to get, is it Lano Guard or Lano Guard, to coat the whole underside of the van. All the arms, suspension components. It's like a oil-based wax protection. I think I'm going to get that and do that one day. Now for the new brake dust guard. I'm going to put the new Torx bolt in the top hole because I know that it doesn't protrude it. And then the other two half decent bolts, put them back in. Tighten them up, starting with the most awkward one. This brake dust guard is actually the same dust guard that they use on a Crafter. They probably use it on a few different models as well, but I know that it's the same for a Transporter and a Volkswagen Crafter. And now just rebuild in reverse order, starting with the brake disc. Next, the brake carrier. You'd usually replace the bolts if you're at a garage or something, but this is a DIY job. There's no specifications involved, apart from torque settings. Front and rear brake caliper torque values, Volkswagen T5. The carrier bolts are 180 Newton meters and the 12mm pins are 30 Newton meters. The bracket bolts are torqued to 180. Right, okay, 180 it is. Got it. Everything moves freely, nothing catches. Just give them a quick clean up and then put some plastic lube on them. You don't want to put too much on. You can see like the witness marks of the caliper, so that's the front one. And then the witness mark of the back of the caliper there. They're in. Brake caliper on. 2 bolts. Tight. Bottom one. Tight. There we have it. Job done. Take it for a spin round the block. Heavy wheels because they're extra loaded for a van. A quick Google search, a 20-inch alloy wheel for a Volkswagen T5 is also 180 Newton meters, so I'll torque them up. Got the jack slowly. I'm just going to recheck them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the old brake dust guard going in the bin. And there's my new brake dust guard. Appearance wise, looks a lot better if you knew it was damaged or corroded. Right, take it for a quick drive around the block, make sure the brake works, make sure that there's no mooing noise when we park up like a cow. I don't know what to do on the van next, to be honest. Got a few things that I want to do. I need some, at the moment, I've got some keep fit windows, as Chris calls them. So I need to fit some electric windows, and I want to upgrade the speakers in the van. Right, just park the van up. No noise. No mooing noise. That's good, that's fixed it. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, whether it's for educational purposes, if you want to change the N75 valve on your van or your rear brake dust guard, or if you're just watching for something to watch on YouTube, because that's what I do most of the time. I'd watch absolutely anything. At the moment I'm watching some lad travelling around Afghanistan. Good watch, but I do enjoy watching van videos as well. I'm not sure what's coming next on the van, but we are going to Thailand in the next 5 weeks. So I will have a lot of content that will be getting posted in Thailand, travelling around Thailand. We've got 10 different hotels booked over the space of 16 days. So it's going to be a busy 2 weeks or 16 days. So I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, drop a comment. Any questions you might have, I'll get back to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.